Have you ever wanted to make a feature film?
Oh yeah.
If so, then you're in luck, because our next guest on Explore Tulsa did just that.
And the great thing is that the co-writers and producers of Home James are both from Tulsa.
Most of the film was shot here as well, and Julie Gearheard tells us all about how they made their dream come true.
Home James is a romantic drama that follows James, who's an aspiring local Tulsa photographer, as he falls in love with Cooper, who's a party girl who can't wait to move out of town. And while James wants to be a photographer, what he does to pay the bills is he's a sober driver. So, you know, you go out to the bar, you're supposed to drive home, whoops, too drunk, don't want to take a cab and then find your car the next day. So he comes, puts his moped in your trunk, drives you home in your own car, problem solved.
It's like you're sitting here forever, just waiting for the sun to come up, and then all of a sudden it's up. You don't know exactly when it happened.
Kind of like falling in love.
So on one of these drives, he meets Cooper, who not surprisingly turns out to be a hard drinker. They fall in love real quickly, and she inspires him to start taking some risks with his photography, to start submitting to galleries, and but she also starts to ruin everything a little bit with her drinking. So in the end, he has to decide between his dream career and his dream girl.
I'd like to offer you a showing in our auxiliary gallery next month. Are you interested in putting something together?
Jonathan is originally from Tulsa. I'm originally from Sapulpa. A little shout out. And we met in an acting program in Los Angeles. And we both figured out we were from Oklahoma the day I wore my Eskimo Joe's t-shirt. And he came up to me and said, "Are you from Oklahoma?" Well, I was interested in acting from the get-go. I was the little red hen in first grade at Woodlawn Elementary in Sapulpa. And then I ended up going to NYU for acting and started doing productions on my own with friends. We're all actors, and we were taught in school, if you want a job, make one. So we would write our own stuff and produce it, and kind of learned behind-the-scenes stuff that way.
I can't wait to be in New York! And I wish you would just come with me.
Or you could stay here.
I just have to go.
Early on, we decided to set it in Tulsa, and Jonathan really pushed for that. He says that this movie is his love letter to Tulsa. We'd heard about this thing called Kickstarter, which is a crowdfunding website, and we thought, well, what's the absolute most money we think we could raise that's also the minimum we could make a movie for? And we came up with $50,000, which is not a lot. Most movies, independent feature films like this, they get made from anywhere from $200,000 to $2 million. So we set out with $50,000 and just called in enough favors. You know, the cinematographer, George Sue, happens to be my boyfriend, and he's so talented and let us, you know, use his camera for free, and he worked for free, and the people of Tulsa made it happen. So many business owners let us use their place. Chris Armstrong of Arnie's Bar downtown, Mary Beth Babcock at Dwelling Spaces, Natalie Green at Aperture's Photo. They all let us just use their space. So generous.
So when do I get to see some of your pictures?
No, they're not very good.
What's the worst that could happen? You take a risk and you fail. Or maybe you don't. You never know unless you try.
You know, do it. You know, you can do anything. Just because you're from a small town and don't have a famous dad or have some uncle that's in the casting business, you can create your own work. It's incredible. What's available to the average Joe now is amazing. I mean, there's no way we could have shot this movie for as little as we did if it had to be on film. Film is incredibly expensive. Now everything's digital, and even with sending the film to places for people to see, we just send it over the internet. And as far as Kickstarter, it's the emerging artist's best friend. Whether you want to make an album or you come up with some cool invention that you want to try and get patented and sell, or you're trying to make a movie or putting on a play, you make your pitch, you put it out there, and the public decides whether or not they want to help you fund it, and it's amazing.
You're finally doing what you love.
I love you. I want to go with you.